All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy 1 Million Cups Wednesday. How's everybody doing this morning? Good. My name is Tyler DeMars. I'm with the North Dakota Small Business Development Centers, and I will be your MC this morning. First off, how many first-timers to 1 Million Cups this morning? We have a couple. Okay, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hope you got your coffee mugs out there and got your stickers and got ingratiated into the cult of 1 Million Cups here. But you might be asking yourself as a first timer, what is 1 Million Cups? Why do we come here every week and do this? So 1 Million Cups is a weekly networking and professional development program we put on here at Dakota Stage Theater. Each week we're putting a different entrepreneur, small business owner, sometimes nonprofit folks, event organizers, anybody doing interesting or what we think is good work in Bismarck, Mandan. Put them on stage, let them tell the story of what they're trying to accomplish, what the vision is that they have for their business or organization, and maybe some of the challenges they're facing. And then we do a Q&A session with them, asking curious questions, maybe critical questions, making suggestions for them. Our goal is to kind of set up a network around them, make connections for them to give them the best chance that they have at succeeding. So the question we're asking every week is, can we change the face of our startup community by connecting local entrepreneurs over 1 million cups of coffee? Critically, it's a free program too every week, which is really nice. Thank you to Joe and Cappuccino on College for donating our very good coffee, so appreciate it, Joe. Thank you. Some other sponsors we have here, in addition to Cappuccino on Collins and Mandan, is these are all organizations or folks that give time. Sometimes they'll add a piece of equipment that we need or write a check for us, which is nice. If you know folks from these organizations and appreciate their support for 1 Million Cups, make sure you're letting them know that. All right, so this morning, Krista with Jez-Mir-Izing will be presenting about her business. As she's presenting, make sure you're thinking about where you want her to dig in a little deeper. What are you curious about? What questions do you have for her? Afterwards, we'll do our Q&A session as always, and Janya will likely be on the mic mug this morning. She'll get the mic in your hand so you can ask those questions. Hi, community announcements before we get started here. As always, every week we're celebrating every day with National Day Calendar. Today is National Sugar Cookie Day. Anyone that knows me knows I'm more of a savory than a sweet guy, but I actually fully endorse sugar cookies. I think they're my favorite sweets out of them. They go good with coffee. They're good at the end of the day with dessert. They're good without frosting. They're good with frosting. They're almost like the tofu or chicken of cookies that you just kind of apply whatever else they're like a canvas that you can apply other sweetness to, which I appreciate. So yes, happy National Sugar Cookie Day. All right, other community announcements. Anybody here from Bismarck State College this morning? That's all right. So Bismarck State College, if you remember, for the folks that have been with us for a while, 4 years ago, some folks from Bismarck State College were here to talk about their polytechnic mission, which they were just starting to really push and build out at BSC. Just recently, they have unveiled this Advanced Technology Center, which is a big initiative of that polytechnic mission. Tomorrow, Thursday, July 10th, they have an open house for this Advanced Technology Center from 3 to 6 p.m. So this is a ribbon cutting with Bismarck Mandan Chamber EDC. You'll get a tour of the facility. You can see everything that there is to offer. I'm sure there'll be some refreshments there for you to enjoy, a good networking opportunity as well. So please, if you can, make it there tomorrow afternoon and support this new polytechnic mission of BSC. All right, this one, Friends of the Library. This is one of my favorite events of the year. The library and Friends of the Library does this 2 or 3 times a year. They do a used book sale where they open up and get rid of some outgoing inventory, making room for new books to come in, and you have a chance to buy at really good prices. Show up with $5, you could probably fill like couple linear feet on your bookshelf. This used book sale, it starts at 10 a.m., goes till 3 p.m. on July 18th. If you get there in the afternoon, it will likely be pretty picked over already. So if you do want to get the best deals and the best picks, I would recommend getting there in the morning. Other nice thing is this supports the Friends of the Bismarck Public Library. All the proceeds go back into the library, supporting all the programming that they do there. So please check this event out as well. All right, I think, Faith, you got this one, right?
Thank you. Morning, everyone. If you are interested in attending a workshop upcoming and you're free on July 25th 8 to 11:30 at the Innovation Barn. Myself and a couple former 1 Million Cups presenters, Jade from Hexahive, Jesse from Transform CX, and myself will be giving a workshop on next level leadership, consistency, clarity, and connection. Those are the 3 foundational pillars. So if you're interested or your team could use some help with soft skills in the intergenerational workforce, transforming your customer experience so that it can be as good as possible, and or marketing and branding your company, especially in the new world that we find ourselves in, let me know. There's a link there to register. It is $45, but steal for all the value that you get. So look forward to seeing some of you there.
Thank you, Faith. And if you didn't get the chance to hear Faith when she spoke a couple months back on the 1 Million Cup stage here, a wealth of knowledge, as well as Jesse and Jade are as well. So this would be a valuable program if you have the time to get there. Suits and Boots with the Ann Carlson Center. Chris is here.
I just wanted to make everyone aware of a fundraising event that Ann Carlson is doing on August 14th out at the Black Leg Ranch to raise money for operations for our western region, which includes offices in Minot and here in Bismarck. One other item, aside from, and we are, besides the opportunity to attend, we are searching for volunteers. So if you just want to see what's going on at one of our fundraising events, we can find ways to put you to work and let you participate and see what's going on. Another item I've been sort of working on personally is Hawaiian Shirt Friday. And quite frankly, I did look on the National Day calendar, and I don't think that it lands on a Friday, and it doesn't land on every Friday, but I've been doing it at work, and every once in a while I get a little bit of traction on LinkedIn. If you are not connected to me on LinkedIn and you decide to wear a Hawaiian shirt on Friday, feel free to post your picture in the comments on mine, or post your own picture and tag me. If we're not connected, we should be, because Hawaiian Shirt Friday is just sort of fun.
Thank you, Chris. All right, Mandan Business Pitch Challenge. Anybody? Okay, great. So the Mandan Business Pitch Challenge, this is a program that ran for 3 or 4 years. It's been on hiatus for the past couple of years, but City of Mandan Business Development Team is bringing it back this year. So they're looking for newish businesses that have been open or very close to open under 2 years. How it works is you apply for this Business Pitch Challenge. They select 4 finalists, and then they will have a pitch night on October 15th in Mandan, location to be determined, where they gather a panel of business experts, some small business owners, probably some people from the lending community, and they hear these pitches and grade them, and then they put together a prize package for the main winner, and each of them gets some kind of economic development incentives to participate. But it's a really interesting program. If you're in Mandan, of course, that would be one of the requirements. I would encourage you to apply, and of course, if you know anybody that could apply for this, help spread the word on it. All right. Any other community announcements this morning? Yes.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Shaw with Global Neighbors. I forgot to send in a graphic, but this Thursday, so go to the BSC open house right after that at 6 o'clock at Faith Lutheran Church. We're having an event called Taste of Home. It's a newer event for Global Neighbors, but it's gonna feature Pakistani food, so come get dinner. It's a free will donation. You don't need a ticket, you don't need to RSVP, bring your family, bring your kids. We hosted, this is the first year we're doing this Taste of Home series. We hosted one with Ukrainian food about 2 months or so ago, if you went to that. But all are welcome. If you don't have friends and you're like, no, I don't know if I can come say you're from 1 Million Cups and we'll get you plugged in. So you're all welcome.
Thank you. Especially, I think I'm not unique as a North Dakotan who's very creature of a habit when it comes to food. I've participated in some Bismarck Global Neighbors potlucks, and the food at these are fantastic. So, and it might get you out of your culinary comfort zone a little bit, which is a good thing. So, thank you. Okay, if you or your organization ever has a community announcement for 1 Million Cups, that email 1mcbizman701@gmail.com is where to send it to. If you can be here in person to make that announcement, of course, we'd appreciate that. If not, let us know in the email you send us, and we're happy to make that announcement on your behalf. So. Okay, well, enough of the housewarming. Let's get to our main program here this morning. So, Krista Schafer is the owner and founder of Jez-Mir-Izing, a unique kind of fitness and wellness business that she started here in Bismarck, Mandan. She's going to tell us what she has going on there, and let's welcome Krista to the stage.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Good morning. How is everybody today? Woo, I like it. Okay. So a little bit about me. Okay, there it is. I'm like, I got to figure out where I'm doing, where I'm at. Okay, well, I'm a holistic coach. I specialize specifically in Reiki, all better products, aerial and fitness, and alternative medicine. I'm going to hop right in here. My ultimate vision and mission and my wow is ultimately I'm here to help people rise up to their most healthy and confident self through life and leadership, through fitness, and through holistic health. Literally guiding and embracing your inner power. I want you to be well and awesome and feel amazing out in the real world. And then the vision is I want the world to feel, I want everybody literally to feel harmony. And then my wow statement is, I am Jez-Mir-Izing, your launch pad to a vibrant and empowered life. I turn obstacles into opportunities, one pole spin and Reiki session at a time. Okay, in this next slide, I want to see how many of us can actually focus. Gonna play for me. Okay, out of a show of hands, who could actually understand, see the words on the right side, focus, or really even just feel normal? One? Yeah. Yep, kudos to you. I think it's amazing. In this day and age, we live in a very chaotic, manic, crazy world. And so I, as a holistic coach, I'm here to help you get through those chaoticness, overwhelm, stress. Literally, I identify unhealthy habits. This is my holistic health coach process. So I'm helping you get through unhealthy habits, develop a plan to achieve your goals. It may be nutritional. It may be meal plans. It's going to be a fitness regimen because that's just part of it, which would be where the pole and aerial fitness comes into play. It may be we're getting through addiction and or trauma recovery, and then also talk therapy, which is going to be through my Rhema Foundations. I'm a certified Rhema Foundations coach, so those leadership 5 workbooks we're going to go through as well, kind of a situation. So, we're going to jump right into Reiki. A lot of people don't know what Reiki is, so if you do, I love it. If you don't, I'm going to just be here to explain it to you. Reiki is a Japanese regimen that promotes health based on the chakras of your body. So ultimately, as me as the practitioner, I am hoovering over the chakras of your body, allowing my energy into your heart, body, mind, and soul, stimulating your energy to basically do the work. So everybody has a chakra throughout their body. We all have a brow chakra, crown, throat, transpersonal, heart. We have solar plexus, sacral, and root. And ultimately, what I am doing as a practitioner is I'm literally hoovering over you. So there's kind of that piece of the puzzle, okay? What it does, whoops, I pressed too many buttons. What we are doing is the benefits to Reiki is I am helping you increase better sleep. I'm helping you reduce inflammation. I'm helping you increase energy, of course. I'm helping you increase circulation, blood flow, helping literally balance your heart, body, mind, and soul out, kind of a situation. And then we're going to jump right into alternative medicine. Alternative medicine is the belief that our literally heart, body, and mind and soul are connected all in one, and they communicate all in one with one another. So it aims to promote the health and wellness. My services that I combine with you is going to be the Reiki, of course, cupping, guansha, customized aromatherapy, customized tea blends, and then there's many other things like personal spa days that I have implemented, my pole and aerial fitness through Reiki, and then other alternative medicine combined as well. And then there's many other little things. So then we're going to jump into my interactive cancer program. So a lot of us either are experiencing it or we know someone who does experience it. I'll give you a quick little background. My little sister is why I created this program. She had Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer in 2016. There was a lot of chaoticness and craziness and, just scarcity, to be 100% honest. So I, as a Reiki practitioner, I started doing Reiki with her. I created customized aromatherapy for her. I created customized teas for her. And then we did do a little bit of fitness as well that was involved. Everybody, when you're going through cancer treatments, everybody has different arrays, if you will. So it's very customized to your specific body and mental needs. So when I created this program, I noticed that her overall health and wellness improved. Her psychological side of things improved, which is huge with cancer, because let's just be honest, it can be very depressing. And then I helped alleviate painful symptoms through this program with her, and then we disconnected from the external world, and we really got deep within and seen really what was truly going on and what needed to happen deep within. I do have to say it's integrative because I am not doing it alone. I am doing it with medical doctors, with the Western medicine, Eastern medicine, Aruvic medicine, whatever it may be. I am working in coordination and conjunction with them on purpose. Okay, whoops, I get too click happy. I'm so sorry, guys. So then we're going to jump into what pole and aerial fitness is. So ultimately, pole, both of them are a full body workout. Pole just happens to be a full body workout on a vertical pole. Aerial fitness happens to be a full body workout on silk fabric or the bar hoop, not the hula hoop, okay? People get confused. I can't hula hoop for the life of me. I also can't belly dance, so maybe there's something to say there. Anyway, long story short, it combines, though, with both. You are doing dance, yoga, Pilates, gymnastics, bodybuilding. You're building strength. You're getting more toned and sculpted. You're losing weight. Ultimately, you're building health and confidence on purpose through the pole and aerial fitness. I do have to add that I don't just do pole and aerial fitness. I can do chair classes, lap dance classes, aerobics, step aerobics, Zumba, all kinds of stuff that I do. Okay, so then I'm going to hop into kids pole and aerial fitness. So I've kind of made a redirect, if you will, with pole and aerial fitness. I still plan to do online adult courses for adults along with like seasonal in-person courses. However, I have geared more towards kids pole and aerial due to the fact that children in this day and age need more mental and health and emotional wellness, and this is an avenue that they can do it through. I have a few kids so far that come to me monthly, and it has I've watched them just grow and prosper on an awesome confidence level, but also on I'm going to call it a sanity level. Their heart and their mind are just more relaxed, more calm. They're able to really stop and think, okay, this is how I'm supposed to get this move, but I'm way over here in anxiety land, and I have to come over here. So they're actually able to put themselves together, concentrate, focus, build their self-esteem, their motor skills, and their coordination, and come together. And I've watched it happen in the last, it was October to, that's about 6 months now, give or take a little bit. And I just love watching them grow and prosper. So that would be why I have chosen to kind of gear more towards the children with pole and aerial fitness versus adults. I also have to be 100% honest. The other reason why I've turned more to kids pole and aerial fitness is I just don't have the adult clientele that I'd hoped at this moment in time, and so, which is okay, kids need it. So I'm just training the new generation. So what's next in the next literally 3 to 5 years for me, and what can you guys do for as a community for me and my business? I would love for you guys to help me with referrals to the top representatives in the local hospitals and wellness clinics. This is specifically for like my integrative cancer program, along with the Reiki and all the alternative medicine and holistic coaching that I do with the life and leadership coaching and whatnot. I just feel, let's just be honest, there's a global health issue, and I know holistic health is an answer to a lot of it. Working collaborative with my local hospitals and wellness clinics, I know that I can help bring health and wellness. And then for my children, public and private schools, literally aiming to address the mental, emotional, and physical imbalances that the school system struggles with today. I used to be a student aide. I've seen it all. I've experienced it all. I get it. So by me doing the holistic health coaching, the pole and aerial fitness, and probably, honestly, some Reiki and alternative medicine in there, that's going to help guide these children through get them some outlets that they need, basically, at the end of the day. So that's what you can do to help me. And then also referrals, I'd appreciate it if you feel this resonates with you. And then my significant challenges that I face is, of course, income to do awareness campaigns like the Integrative Cancer Program, or I do have a Rise Up program that's 3, 6, and 12 months that includes all of these services in one for people. I'm just not able to afford the campaigns to get awareness out there for people to know that I even exist. So that's my challenge. Education, these are 2 in 1. Education on holistic health benefits and building a supportive community. There's a lot of skepticism and maybe lack of trust out there. So I know that I am here to help build the trust, absolutely, right, in the relationship. So I love getting out into the community and talking and building and doing that, but I need more of the community to help me tell people that holistic health is wellness, is helpful, and we're doing it in coordination and communication with the medical doctors as well. Okay, this is my contact information. I have my main services, my additional services as well. Questions? I think I'm going to give that to you. Yeah.
All right, so as I mentioned, Jania is on the mic this morning. Thank you, Jania. She'll get that mic mug in your hand if you have a question. So first thing that comes to mind for me, Krista, is North Dakota. We
just poured water all over me. I'm so sorry, guys.
That happens.
So sorry.
In North Dakota, we have a lot of chiropractors, and chiropractors seem to be the primary avenue to kind of more of a holistic health approach. But like Reiki and pole fitness and aerial fitness, those are all very new to North Dakota, I'd say. So how did you get exposure to this? Can you tell the story of how you got interested in this approach to holistic?
I forgot to tell you guys that, so I'm glad that you asked that question. So ultimately, I came from a background of domestic violence, many autoimmune diseases in my family. I have type 1 diabetes. Both my older brother and my younger sister have Crohn's disease, lots of allergies, a galore of allergies, and then addiction as well. And then fast forward, so type 1 diabetes taught me to be responsible at a very young age. And so I wanted to be in the health care like all of my life and help people be healthy and well and happy from when I was 12 years old, basically. And so I did go to school. I've gone to many, I have lots of medical schooling behind my belt. And then fast forward to chiropractic care, and I've actually worked for 2 chiropractors here in Bismarck, North Dakota, which is why I have the abundance of wealth and knowledge that I do today. They actually introduced me to Reiki, which is again, why I'm at where I'm at today. The pole and aerial fitness is a really interesting curve, if you will. I was always intrigued why a pole would be so fun. And so I went and I did it, and I absolutely fell in love with the muscles and the toning and the sculpting and just the physical fitness that was associated with it. So then fast forward, 2015 is when I started Jez-Mir-Izing with Reiki. Then 2016, I got certified with pole and aerial fitness, and then here today, I'm still doing it. So, yeah.
So curious, just specifically with Reiki, what was the experience for you that was like an aha moment with that? Like, I'm assuming you had a practitioner that was, I don't know what the right, Reikiing you? That's not the right term, I'm sure.
Reikiing, yep,
Right.
Reikiing, yeah,
So
Reikied.
I'm just curious, what was like the breakthrough moment of the experience that you had that made you a believer in that?
Yep, so when my Reiki master is what we call them, because I'm a Reiki master now at this point in time, there's teaching Reiki as well, which is eventually what I'll get to. But so when I was on the Reiki bed with my Reiki master, he was hoovered over my brow chakra, and all of a sudden he basically was like, Krista, have you ever been abused? And I was like, well, I've never been abused, but my family members have been abused. And then I just started just bawling away. And from there, I was like, whoa. Like, I questioned, I was like, how do you know this? Like, nobody knows this about me. I've never shared. This was in, 2013, give or take. I was like, I've never shared this with anybody. Like, my family members know, right? But not even my husband knew. And I was like, what is happening right now? So then all of a sudden, I just knew. I just had this intuition, this instinct that was like, yeah. So I think there's somebody.
Yes, question here.
Yeah, so this, goes back to that part about educating the public on this. So you had mentioned in one of your earlier slides, talk therapy, trauma therapy. What does that look like for you? What kind of education, certification, what does that mean? Can you talk about that?
So the talk therapy is going to be through my RHEMA Foundation's certified leadership that I got certified with RHEMA team. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the RHEMA team. So ultimately, they have 5 books, and it's Resilience, Authentic, Yes, Motivated, and I'm missing one, Resilient. Might have missed one. But through these workbooks, there's life and leadership that they work through. So like how to handle stress, how to confront your coworkers with a conflict. So there's conflict resolution, how to handle stress. There's the art of the pause. There's all this, there's these workbooks that we go through that's going to help with the addiction and trauma therapy, with leadership growing. Say somebody has a dream that they didn't think they had from within. And then through the Reiki that I have, that I'm certified with, I have many approaches through the Reiki that I am able to help with the trauma and addiction recovery for people.
Shani's got a question.
Hey, Krista. So this is you have so many amazing things that you can do, and I know when I was going through your slide deck before and stuff, I was like, oh my goodness. So that is a blessing and a curse, I think. So how do you, and as someone who's kind of come from that as well, how do you in your business, if you had to do like your elevator talk, how do you summarize what you do in 30 seconds or less? How do you overcome that challenge of you do so many things, and how do you clean up that messaging and get your message across to people?
So ultimately, this is what I tell people. I am a holistic coach who specializes in Reiki, pole and aerial fitness, and all better products. I am here to ultimately help you rise up to unleashing your most healthy and confident self.
Oh, so you just nailed that beautifully.
So it segues nicely to my next question too. Is so out of all the services that you offer, what are your clients gravitating towards? So like of your client roster, what is Reiki the most used service that they're using, or is pole fitness? And then also, can you talk about what does it cost to do work with you?
Yeah. So as of right now, so in my span of business, it has there's been many different gravitations, but I'm going to give you just the most current and most recent at this moment in time. It's going to be Reiki, that is number one. Then it would be pole fitness, and then it would be All Better products. So an array of cost between all of them is, I think the top is the month-to-month membership for pole is $167, Reiki is $97 for 15 minutes, and my All Better products, the most is $27.
And so All Better products you mentioned a number of times. Can you dig in a little deeper there?
Yes.
What are those? What
Yep.
is that a separate brand that you're a distributor for, or speak into that a little bit?
Yep, and I meant to talk about it, and I totally forgot about it. So my All Better products, I actually create myself. Again, this is due to when I was running a half marathon in 2019. I literally, before my 12-mile marker, I got home and I crawled to my bathtub and I slithered in, and because I was just in a pure pain, basically. And I had Epsom salt, Dead Sea salt, methanol crystals, and eucalyptus and lemon oil sitting right next to me. So I kind of just threw it in. I was like, oh, whatever, I'm not going to get, it's not going to hurt me, right? And then I got out, and I just felt $1 million later after I went to sleep, and the next morning I was like, whoa, I'm on to something here. So I was like, okay, if that helped me significantly, especially with the disease that I have, I was like, I know this can help many other people. And not just full body, like it can be hand soaks for neuropathy, it can be foot soaks for your feet, kind of a thing. And then I have All Better ointment, which is gonna help with sore, achy, inflammation, arthritis, joints and muscles. And then I do customized aromatherapy, essential blends for, you name it, anxiety, depression, headaches, insomnia. And then along those same lines, for customized teas as well. It could be gut inflammation. It could be your intestines are just struggling. You have pure pain throughout your whole entire body. So the other piece of the puzzle with the All Better products, why these were created, they were created in conjunction and coordination with my Reiki on purpose, because what would come up in Reiki for me, for people, is things physically, right? So then I started creating the physical products that were going to help heal you naturally and holistically. And then I was able to help you because I knew exactly what you needed specifically, and I could cater to your specific body needs. Yeah.
Okay. Another question for Janya?
I have so many questions. All right, so we'll just start with this one. So how do you, so you've got a physical location, I can see it up there. So tell us a little bit about your physical location and how people find your services. Like, are you finding word of mouth, or what have been your best advertising sources?
Yeah, so my location is, I've moved a couple times in my, again, career of having Jez-Mir-Izing. So my current location is at 200 West Bowen Avenue. If you're familiar with Sweatco, I'm upstairs of Sweatco. Absolutely love it there. Okay. I have 2 rooms. So I have one room for the pole and aerial fitness, and I have the other room for the holistic coaching, Reiki, and spa. And then also there's a tiny little section for my office, because that's what, I do social media scheduling and what have you in between there, right? Okay, so that was one of the questions. What was the other question?
How do people learn about you right now, today?
Ultimately, it's going to be what I think is social media, but the truth is Google. A lot of people just search pole fitness or Reiki or holistic coaching, and that's how people find me. So,
okay.
And so through my website, Jez-Mir-Izing.com.
Okay, awesome.
Curious, another segue into my next question too, Johnny. But,
cool, and then I get to ask another one, okay. Okay.
Like your referral network with other medical practitioners, holistic health practitioners, are you referring clients out to anybody and vice versa, or are you getting referrals from any other practitioners?
That's a great question. I love that. So I refer a lot out. I just don't get any referrals back in. So perhaps I need to go talk to them. Right. So I appreciate the right now. Honestly, the thunk, you should have had a V8, I appreciate that, because I really should ask. I refer a lot out to ND Life Spa and Active Life Chiropractic, so I should actually ask them to send me referrals.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody's getting more and more kind of attuned or aware of holistic health practices and how you need to treat mind, body, and soul, and how some of what you're doing can help with that. Do you have any like success stories? I think that is something that could really help, is like a before and after of here's one of your clients, what they're dealing with pre-onboarding with you, and then 6 months later or a year later or however long they work with you, what kind of outcomes are you delivering for that client? Do you have any success stories you could tell?
I have a few. They're going to be through my 12-month Rise Up Star program. So the 12-month Rise Up Star program has Reiki, pole fitness, holistic coaching, and then they just purchase additional if they want like all better products, or they want additional like cupping or guancha, they just purchase those additionals, right? But in that one package, they get a certain amount of sessions each month for 12 months. So throughout, let's see, I'm trying to think. So the most recent one that I've had, she actually told me that 12 months is a teaser, that everything that I have to offer and give her is not enough. And so I thought that was really neat and interesting. I thought that was great, actually. I was like, really? Because I feel like that's enough. But she's like, no, it's actually not enough. Like, even like 24 months would be more ideal. And I was like, wow. So what she gained was, she was going through career changes and adjustments. So what she gained was the confidence to confidently go to her work. She came right out of college, so she needed a lot of guidance and just career stability and confidence in what she needed to do at her work. She found that she was running out of time a lot, so we really figured out and got honed down into the time for her job and how she could really utilize that best time where she was at and how to get to the next project, to the next. She was actually a zookeeper, so there's intenseness that happens with that. One of my other clients that's been with me for 4 years now, she suffers from PCOS. She actually changed careers due to some major toxic imbalances that were happening in her workforce. And what was her other top one? She built a lot of confidence through the pole and aerial fitness, and she lost about 15 pounds as well. So, and usually with diseases, it's hard to lose. So that was really awesome and amazing. As far as Reiki goes, I need to get more. I have a few, like testimonies. Yeah.
Well, I think there's any activity that can get you out of your comfort zone. Pole fitness would certainly do that. Like that's
Yes.
Having something that you're not certain about and you're kind of fearful of or not sure what it is, and just diving into it. Like just that experience can build confidence and resilience and create some positive momentum.
A lot of people have told me it's very empowering. And I agree. I'm a pretty bold person, so I knew that I could just naturally help people because I am a bold person at the end of the day, and what I do here in Bismarck, Mandan is pretty bold, so that's where literally the building of the health and confidence comes from.
Great. Chris got a question.
Well, first, Jez-Mir-Izing, I just assumed that was some sort of a play on your name. Where did the name come from?
Ooh, I love that question. I should really talk about it more. I appreciate that, Chris. So my beautiful daughter is Jez-zy, and she's sitting down here. She doesn't want to be known, but I have to since I'm talking about her. Maybe she's sleeping over there. Anyway, so Jez comes from, actually Jez-Mir-Izing comes from her to start. But there's also another piece of it. So Jez-Mir-Izing, right, so it's family. So it's ultimately, I am rising up to my family, my work teams, my health and confidence. So if you notice in the name, it goes, Jez-Mir-Izing. So the mirror is I am looking at myself in the mirror, and I am taking care of me first so that I can take care of others. You can't take care of anybody until you take care of yourself first. So that anxiety, that depression, that disease, that weight, whatever it may be, that, just the chaotic mind like I was talking about at the beginning, if we can't figure out how to get through that, then we can't figure out how to help anybody else around us. And that involves our work, that involves our home, personal lives, and that's where Jez-Mir-Izing came from, yeah.
Great. The other thing I wanted to ask, Tyler touched on it. You said you had worked for a couple of chiropractors, and then you mentioned a couple of chiropractors. I'm assuming those are the ones that you've done some referring to.
Yep.
Have you reached out, and the idea of getting referrals back, I think if you were able to connect with some other chiropractors and start telling them that if people have certain needs that might be helped with Reiki or any of the other services, the worst they can do is not refer to you.
Right, yeah. Worst they can do is say no, right? Yeah.
Do some reaching out. Start with the two that you have a relationship with, and then ask them if they have somebody else that they might introduce you to.
Yes, I love that. I never thought of asking if there's others they can introduce me to, so thank you, Chris.
Any professional service provider, one of the big challenges they have, especially growing their business early on, is kind of unhinging themselves from just having billable time that you're selling, because that puts a pretty clear ceiling on how big you can grow the business. Curious whether it's through content creation, or you got the memberships with the fitness part of your program, or training other practitioners. How have you thought about that, about how do you scale this beyond your billable time?
Yes. Actually, once I'm able to, let me put it this way, I'm not afraid to delegate. A lot of people have that problem, but nope, I have learned, actually, many people have told me that I don't have a problem with delegating at all. So once I am able to get a little bit more income coming in, I'd actually like to hire social media, because that takes up a lot of time for me. And then from there, then I want to actually start training practitioners, Reiki specifically practitioners, and life and leadership coaching, so that I can help grow that as well, so that I can get into the hospitals and start helping those people.
Kind of a train the trainer program. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so with that in mind, so let's fast forward 3 years from now. If you kind of had a magic wand and could say, hey, this is exactly what Jez-Mir-Izing looks like in 2028, what does that look like?
That would look like I would like to have 3 practitioners that do Reiki, holistic coaching, and health and wellness, like where they're able to customize teas, they're able to customize essential blends as well underneath me, kind of thing. And we are in the local hospitals and wellness clinics. And then on the other spectrum, for the kids and pole aerial fitness, I also would like to have a team of 5 where they are in the schools and they are helping guide and lead those children during school, because there's a lot of in-school hiccups that happen along the way. And so this would be an avenue where they can help train through the Reiki and the holistic coaching with the pole and aerial fitness to literally let them release the outlets of whatever they need to do with emotional and mental imbalances, and then they can go back to class and it's okay.
And imagine, because you have so much you're offering, which, like Johnny said, is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. Yes.
Part of the challenge is getting reps under your belts in each of those kind of modalities, right?
Yeah.
Too, because you'll continue to get better and learn and grow too.
Yep.
When you're doing all of those things, it limits how many reps you can get under your belt in each one. So yeah, I could see that being a challenge. But could we use me as a kind of a guinea pig right now?
Okay.
So let's say I come to you and just. Hypothetically speaking, I'm going through different levels of burnout. Cortisol's an issue. My dopamine system's all messed up. I love what I do, and that's a good thing. Have a good family, but I'm just feeling different levels of burnout over time, as I'm sure a lot of working professionals do. What would that onboarding process look like for me with Jez-Mir-Izing?
Yep. So ultimately, you've already shared it with me, so I would suggest Reiki for you for the first start, because that's going to help, first of all, balance your heart, body, mind, and soul all the way down. So that's going to release all the chaotic, I like to call it manic chaoticness around us, the noise. So that's going to help release it. Then from there, after your first Reiki session, once I get that Reiki session in, then I will be able, your body and your heart and your mind will tell me what the next steps are, whether it is another Reiki session, or is it a holistic coaching package where there's a 3 session, or is it the Rise Up program where you're having holistic coaching, Reiki, and maybe fitness that is included in that as well, kind of a thing.
Okay, so that would be the first step,
Yep.
doing that Reiki session, and that's kind of your initial assessment.
Yep.
Okay, Great.
Yep, Reiki tells me a lot of stuff in 50 minutes.
I'm curious, like what, and this is very new to me, of course. Like what kind of things come? Are you surprised typically at what comes out of an initial assessment with Reiki, or what kind of things come up through that?
No, I'm not surprised in any way, shape, or form. Usually when people tell me that there's a lot of chaoticness, a lot of stress, a lot of overwhelm happening, it will show in your crown and your brow chakra. When it comes to me, the energy will just speak to me and tell me. So then what happens is I go deeper in. I'm a very deep within person. Like I am not a surface level person. So like we're gonna get to the deep roots and we're gonna find out what's going on right away, because if I'm being honest, if nobody's happy and living life happily and having joy, it's not worth it. So that's just who I am, kind of a thing. So in a Reiki, like when I'm at your crown and brow chakra, that'll tell me whether there's overwhelmed chaoticness and what's going on. It'll tell me all the way to the deep levels of, did it come from childhood? Is it work related? Is it relationship related, kind of a situation? Is it self-inflicted related? And then as I go down throughout the rest of your chakras, the heart has to do with emotional, sacral has to do with sexual and feminism or masculinity. Your root chakra has a lot to do with grounding. Are you even connected to the earth, or are you so high up in here in the technology, high-pitched vibrations that you'll always be in that crazy field if you can't come back down here to earth and be with the earth's vibrations. And so grounding, as we call it. Sure. I hope that makes sense, and I'm not scaring you guys.
No, I think it's a new modality for North Dakota for most of us, I'd guess. So yeah. So another thing I'm curious about is they're coming to you. They've paid for a Reiki session, so they have some willingness to do this. But do you ever get pushback from your clients on what you're finding in that initial session, or is there typically a sense of peace with what you're saying? I'm curious how that interaction goes.
I love that question. No, I haven't ever gotten any pushback. Usually by the time people are coming to me, 9 times out of 10, they are ready. They have done everything else that they possibly can think of, and it's time, or they finally accepted that maybe this is something that can actually help me. Some of them, it's a last resort kind of a thing, which saddens me, but I'm glad they're here finally and that I can help them live the rest of their life longevity and positively and joyfully. And then most of them, actually, everybody, I've had no issues. They're like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. So if they're there and they're a willing participant, they've gone through the work of any resistance they're going to have to.
For people, I always like to say, for people that are on the fence and aren't quite sure that this energy stimulation is going to be for them, I encourage them 100% to do their research, to look up what Asui, Rahishi, Rahuko Reiki is. That's the traditional Reiki that I am certified with. There are many other Reikis out there, so I suggest looking up the specific one that I am certified with. I also encourage people to talk to me, to give me a call. They can text message me. They're absolutely welcome to come to my studio and look at it and see if it's even something that they resonate with or they feel comfortable in, kind of a thing. Yeah.
Well, great. I think we're ready for our last question of the morning. So, Jani, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, thank you. Thank you both. I feel like I was sitting in on a beautiful conversation between two friends, and this was really, really wonderful. And Krista, I know that you already addressed this in one of your slides, but we do always close with this question. And I'm thinking, well, maybe something else came to mind as you've been sitting here and sharing time with us. Is we always ask, what can we, as the Bismarck Mandan 1 Million Cups community, do to help in your future success?
One of the things that you've already done that I didn't mention before and I forgot to is that you're here supporting me already. So that I just wanted to personally tell you thank you hugely to that. Like that I significantly appreciate that. That means a lot to me. The other piece you guys have already shared with me is, getting in contact with the 2 chiropractic clinics that I have thought of. The other piece would be if you didn't want to share it and you wanted to talk to me outside of here and you wanted to, give a suggestion or whatever that may be, I encourage you to reach out to me, or you can call me or text me or come visit me, because like I said, I'm always open to suggestions and ideas on how to grow. My business is very innovative, and I do change with the times because we have to. Life changes very quickly on us, and so we have to ultimately make sure that we're all healthy and well, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, well, Krista, thank you so much for the time this morning and getting on stage and telling us your story. Let's hear it for Krista.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so coming up at 1 Million Cups next week, we have Get Loose Stretch, another kind of fitness-centric entrepreneur that is going to be telling us about what Danielle has going on there. July 23rd, we're shifting gears a little bit into more of a subject matter expert. We're going to have AI under the hood. So Terry from the University of Mary is going to be presenting as a subject matter expert about artificial intelligence and kind of how we got to this point with it. Then July 30th, J-Dobo. If you guys haven't heard of J-Dobo, it is my favorite Cajun seasoning out there, and they have a number of other seasonings, and J-Basco, it's called. It's a constant in our kitchen, and Jay Parsons, who's an awesome guy, is going to be presenting about the progress he's made with his seasoning company in North Dakota here. So that's what we have coming up at 1 Million Cups. Here are our different social media links that you can follow if you want to stay in the loop on what we have coming up here. If you or anyone you know is interested in presenting, the best way to get in our schedule is that same email, 1mcbizman701@gmail.com. So please email there if you're interested in presenting. And I think that's all we have for you this week. So let's thank you so much for coming. Let's make it a great rest of the week.